What's up, guys? My name is Cooper.
And I'm Steve.
And today we're going to give a beginner's tip guide to Pokemon Go. The game came out a few days ago, and we've been on it non-stop, and I know everybody else has been too. And I noticed that there's a lot of us that are really high level and catching on pretty quickly, and there's a lot of us that I see on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter that aren't quite up to the same, I guess, level that we are. Struggling. So we're going to try to help you guys out, get a little bit better, maybe more familiar with the game. So first off, let's start off with when you're first starting, it's really important to use a lucky egg right off the go to maximize your level.
Yeah, spend a little bit of money, but it gives you a huge boost because it doubles your experience of everything, and that's 1,200 per new Pokemon found.
And every Pokemon that you find at the start will be a new Pokemon. So that is super fast. Your trainer level dictates how strong the Pokemon are going to be whenever you find them in the wild.
So like the higher level you are, the more strong Pokemon. Even a Rattata will become 200-300 strength. Just
ridiculous. Even super basic Pokemon, really high level.
You still have a chance to run to level 10 Pokemon, but
oh yeah,
it's higher.
Exactly
not as frequent.
So another tip is whenever you're looking at the screen right here, and on the bottom right hand corner you can see nearby Pokemon. When you click on it, it'll show everything in the area, and underneath them will be little footprints, and that tells you how close the Pokemon are around you.
Yeah, it's anywhere from 1 to 3. I don't know the exact distance yet, but if you want to look for a specific Pokemon, you click the window, click the Pokemon you want, and then it'll specify that Pokemon at the bottom right, and then when you walk around, it'll blink like a green color or a gray color. And if it's green, you're walking in the right direction of the Pokemon, and if it's gray, you're going in the wrong direction. So just don't walk into a street.
Yeah, don't walk the streets. Be mindful of people's backyards. You might see a Charmander with 3 little feet off somewhere, and he's 2 streets away, and you want to go get him and everything. But just be careful when you're going after those guys. What you could do is use something like an incense, and that will draw nearby Pokemon near you, so you have a higher chance of catching those. Maybe they wander off.
Yeah, they can wander towards you instead of you wandering towards them.
Right. It also helps to move around a little bit to maximize that incense. But another tip that we have is to catch everything that you possibly can.
Yeah, getting those candies is really important.
What you can do is whenever you have a bunch of trash Pokemon, maybe you've got 10 Rattatas, and you've got one that's like super high level, just trash all of those little ones, and every time you trash one, it'll give you 1 Pokemon candy of that type, and you could use that candy to evolve it or beef it up, make it a little bit stronger.
I mean, when you're beefing up your Pokemon, if you've got a ton of candies, more than enough to evolve it, go ahead and use up the ones you have to where you have just enough to evolve it, because it's more expensive for the Stardust to level up your Pokemon when they're higher forms. So it'd be cheaper to level up a Rattata than it would be to level up a Raticate.
Every time that you catch a Pokemon, you're going to get some kind of candy and Stardust. Those are basically 2 of the 3 types of currency in the game, being candy, Stardust, and Pokecoins. Pokecoins being the microtransaction money that you get with real-life money and various things throughout the game, like being a gym leader, which we'll cover in a second. Maximize your throws. That's another important thing. Every time you see a Pokemon, it's going to have a little circle, and the circle is going to tell you 2 things. One, the rarity of the Pokemon, and it's going to move up and down. It's going to like constrict. The smaller the circle, that's whenever you want to throw the ball. The rarer the Pokemon, the more likely it is to run away after you miss or something like that.
Yeah, so make sure you maximize your throws, basically. Just make sure you're going to hit it. Try to get good at telling how hard you got to push forward on your phone to be able to throw the Pokeballs out there, because that's a little tough at the start.
Definitely a little bit tough at the start. One thing to notice is be aware of the distance your Pokemon is away from you. Sometimes they're really close to you, and all you have to do is barely drag your finger across it. Sometimes they're kind of a distance away or maybe smaller, so you have to throw it a little bit further. It's usually a good practice to maybe hold your phone with one hand and use your other hand to toss your Pokeball, not try to use your thumb. Your thumb's not very accurate.
It's really bad idea actually just use the one hand and the thumb. I don't recommend that at all.
And maybe if it's something like a really, really basic Pokemon and you're pretty sure you're going to catch it, but whenever you see something with an orange circle, do not try to use your thumb.
Yeah.
And that goes on to our next tip. The different colors of the circle mean how rare the Pokemon are. Green means they're common, yellow means uncommon, orange means rare, and the red ones are ultra rare.
Yeah, you got to get that ultra rare Eradicate.
You got to get that old. Yeah, I caught a rare Eradicate today, and he was like over level 400, which is 400 combat points, which is the like the standard. It's the stat for how strong your Pokemon is. You'll know that pretty soon.
Yeah, that one's easy.
Yeah, that one's pretty simple. Another tip that we've got is Pokestops. Refresh every 5 minutes. So what you're going to want to do is find a place that has a lot of Pokestops and kind of alternate between them pretty often.
Yeah, like a shopping center or a mall. Don't go hang out in a church parking lot for an hour, waiting every 5 minutes to you'll probably get in trouble.
Probably so.
Yeah, try to pick a place with a bunch so you can just cycle through, and by the time you get back to the first one again, it's usually been about 5 minutes. And so you can get a good amount of Pokeballs, eggs. You get potions, revives, lucky eggs. Rarely lucky eggs.
Right. What you can do, or how you use the Pokestops, and this is something that they don't tell you how to do this or not. So it took me a few tries to figure out, or at least a minute of looking at the screen. Whenever you see the location, spin the circle, and items will pop out.
Yeah.
And that's whenever you want to swipe your finger and pick up the items. And then come back 5 minutes later, and it will be refreshed. All right. Our next tip is to train at the gyms. Find a gym of your team. Once you hit level 5, you can pick a team, red, blue, or yellow. And whenever you see a gym that is your color, that means you can train there. Basically, you're going to fight the gym, and it's going to give you experience, and it's going to rank up your gym, and it's going to do a lot of good stuff for you. It's going to make you level up a lot faster.
Right, yeah. It gives, like you said, it gives you experience so you can level up again, but it also levels your gym up, so it's harder for other teams to come and take. And it's good for you to, especially if you've got a Pokemon in the gym. We mentioned it earlier, but every 21 hours you have a Pokemon in the gym, that's 10 Pokecoins they'll give you for free. So if you can take over quite a few gyms, you can get free Pokeballs or free instances and stuff like that.
It doesn't sound like a whole lot at first, but it definitely adds up if there's a lot of gyms around your area, especially if you have a dominant team.
Yeah.
In our area, we haven't really figured out what the dominant team is. So
it's red or blue. Yellow is very hard.
It's very uncommon, and it seems to be glitched out right now. I know we don't really know for sure as to if it's the yellow team specifically, but every gym that we go to that's yellow, we have issues with.
I'm not saying the yellow team's cheaters.
Right, yeah, but I mean, another tip is don't waste your great balls, okay? Yeah. Once you get around level 12, you're going to start getting things like great balls, and once you get higher levels, you're going to get ultra balls and such. Don't waste those great balls on the green Pokemon, because you can't buy those with microtransactions. You can't go to the store and spend $5 and get 100 great balls. You can only do that with Pokeballs. So don't waste them. Also, don't be afraid to go straight to the great ball whenever it's something like a rare or an ultra rare. You don't want to waste time and just throw a Pokeball at it.
They will leave.
They will leave. A good way to stop them from leaving is to use things like raspberries. That will make the Pokemon like you and give you a better chance of catching it. Definitely not a guaranteed, but it's a much better chance of catching it.
I just thought about it, but this game's a lot like the Safari Zone.
It is. It is a lot like the Safari Zone. It's got a lot of give and take.
We can't fight the Pokemon, but we can catch them. We just can't throw rocks at them yet.
Yeah, can't throw rocks at them. That will just make them really mad. Even though that made them easier to catch.
Yeah.
The food made them more difficult to catch in the Safari Zone. They didn't run away, though. One of our last tips, guys, is to evolve your Pokemon wisely. Pokemon Candy allows you to evolve your Pokemon. A lot of times it's between 12, 25, 50, and 100 is whenever you can evolve them Pokemon. So things like Caterpie will evolve into a Metapod at just like 12. But then it'll evolve into a Butterfree at like 50.
It's a big jump.
It's a big jump, but evolve them wisely, guys. If you have something like a Pidgey that says, I don't know, 150 combat points, and you've got a Pidgeotto that's at 160 combat points, don't evolve that Pidgeotto into a Pidgeot. Evolve the Pidgey into a Pidgeotto. Ultimately, it will be higher level.
When you're evolving Pokemon, it adds to their combat points as well, so that the Pidgey will be stronger than that Pidgeotto when you evolve it. It'll get a big jump in points.
Right. Is there anything else you can think of while we're doing this?
I think that's it.
Okay, guys, we're going to wrap this video up. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. Leave some comments down below. Give us some tips. Maybe you know something that we don't. We might make another video
about it.
I've
forgotten something here, or because, it's been bad. Like the E3 video was bad. We forgot a whole bunch of stuff, so it's really possible.
Right, yeah. So, anyways, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.